Hello everybody, my name is Spyrex20 and today I'll be showing you how to do Tabletop Simulator but with X-Wing miniatures in it. So I'm doing this for the X-Wing miniatures page, the XwingTMG page on Reddit. 2 months ago, WeavShow made a detailed tutorial on how to use X-Wing squadron builders and use that inside Tabletop Simulator to play a legitimate game of X-Wings with dials, meaning you don't have to manually move your X-Wings anytime during the game. It's great. So he made this very detailed tutorial and I promised to make a YouTube video for it, and it's been long overdue, so without any more delay, let's get right to it. So now, if you don't know what Tabletop Simulator is, it's this fun 3D model game where you can play chess, you can play all kinds of games that the community added, and you can also add mods. Tabletop Simulator runs about $20 to $10. $10 usually during Steam sales. You can also get it on the Humble Bundle. Either or, it's great. You should invest in it because there's a lot more opportunities in it than just X-Wings. So 2 mods that you'll need to have though to play X-Wings that are very important, these are the only 2 mods you need, is List Spawner and X-Wing Table. I'll get to this later in the video. Now what we're going to do here is actually we're going to go to xwingbuilder.co right here. We're going to follow this link. I have it open here. And what we're going to do is it's going to take us to the front page. So I'm going to walk you through it. I'm logged in currently, but what you'll need to do if you want to save squadrons to this website is log in. You can't make an account. You have to use Facebook or you have to use your Google, unless you have a GitHub. I don't know what that is. If you have it, you can use it. If it's better for you, I don't care. So I'm going to log into my Facebook, and it's about as easy as that. So the next step is choose your faction. I'm going to choose Rebel because I like them. And I'm just going to pick a bunch of ships because, you know what, I don't really care today. So I'm going to take him out though. I want to show you guys something. So I have 3 ships right here. Okay, I have Gemmer, I have Thane, and I have Arvel. I actually like these guys. They're pretty cool. But the thing I like about this X-Wing Squadron Builder is that, well, you can customize it. It has all the available mods for these ships. Example modification. I'm going to add hull upgrade right there. Bam. I'm going to add a missile to the ship. Proton rocket. Yeah. A must for an A-Wing, right? Leave your thoughts in the comments. And let's go to torpedoes over here. It has every torpedo that this Rebel ship can use. And it is sensitive to whether or not the modification or the upgrade card is Rebel only or Imperial only or Scum only. So that's something nice to include. It tells you the point difference and so and such. You can also set a limit for how many points you can have, and it will tell you if you're going to go over the points with this card, and that's really nice. So it really does help you build teams. It gives you information about the ships. It tells you what their actions are, and you can actually name the ships, and this is important. So I'm going to do a little test here. I'm going to make this test 3, and the reason I'm making this test 3 is because this is actually the 3rd time I made this video, because I want to get it right for you. So now that I have this right here, all of this, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to save this. I'm going to save this current tab. And the next step from here is I'm going to go to the tools up on top. At the top right, there's a little drop down toolbar. And I'm going to go browse my squadrons right there. It's going to take a moment, and here we are. I'm going to click Rebel because the one I want is in Rebel. And if we look here, whoa, hey, I know that one. And look at this format here. Wow. That's cool. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to use this squadron right here because look at this. It has a ship, auto thrusters, has this, 2 upgrade cards, and all these ships. And I just want to show you how cool this is. I'm going to copy this, okay? And you need to copy that exactly. So if I wanted to use this one, I would just drag and copy that, and that's it. The next step is to go to Tabletop Simulator, download these 2 modifications, and then use that copy and just paste it in there, and I'll show you how to do it in the next part of this video. Hello everybody, welcome back to the next part of this video. what we'll be doing here is showing you what modifications you need to play X-Wing miniatures with automatic dials on Tabletop Simulator. And then also, I'll take you into how to spawn those ships. So first we're going to do is we're going to go single player here. What you're going to do is go to the workshop, and you're going to need to browse. So when you browse, you'll be taken to a page that looks like this. Here you can type in what you need to type in to find the modifications. These are the two mods that you'll need to type in. You'll need to type in X-Wing Automatic List Spawner and also X-Wing Table. What these will allow you to do is that X-Wing Automatic List Spawner will allow you to use what we used at Squadron Builder to spawn all the dials you need along with the models, the cards, and the upgrade cards. The X-Wing table is self-explanatory, but there are some nice benefits to it. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the automatic list spawner here. It'll show us the instructions and also updaters that happen. So as you see here, they have some updates, they have some statuses, but what we need to pay attention here is the instructions. As you see, they also have, let's go to xwingbuilder.com, and what we're going to do is we're just going to initialize here. We have this card. And so what we're going to do is we're going to right click. And if you go down to the bottom, there's a little description. If you click that, it'll prompt you to put a little text in. So we're just going to paste what we have from before and then just click out. If you press enter, it's going to add a space to it, and you don't need that space. So now you have all of this. It has the cards on there and the upgrade cards also along with their points, and we're just going to spawn it. And there we are. Our nicely made list, and it also has the upgrade cards with full text on them. So you and your opponent can read these upgrade cards to allow some ease. And man, that looks nice. Now the next thing we're going to do, and the dials are right here, and I'll show you those in a moment. We're going to highlight all of this. This part's important because what you need to do is right click all of that after you've highlighted it, and save it to a chest. I'm going to save it to a specific folder. I'm going to say I want to save you. Actually, no. I'm just going to save it on its own. So now we're going to save it, and that's all you need to do here. If this is the only list you're going to be spawning today, that's it. That's all you do is go back to the main menu. Now the next step is a little different. So what you're going to do is actually go to multiplayer. I'm going to show you how to create a server. And so what you generally want to do is, so I'm going to host a server here. And what you want to say is you want to say SpireX or your name, and then say X-Wing Miniatures, 100 points. That's about it. It's kind of the etiquette for that. You can include a password here. Mine's super hard, but so I'm just going to say SpireX20, X-Wing Mini, 100 points. And that's standard nets, right? So the next step is to go ahead and just create the server. I'm just going to create it, and I'm going to go ahead and use the X-Wing table now, and that's, I can go back here, or it's on your front page now. I'm going to click that, and you're taken to this awesome table. There's some features on here I'll introduce you all to after I get done with the rest of this tutorial. And the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to go up to your name up here on the top right, you're going to right click it, you're going to change your team color. Now, these little boxes here, the red, teal, blue, green, they're all invisible. But if you join a team, you can actually see through it. And that's the nice thing about this. You can actually keep your dials in here to show it to yourself, but not allow the other team to see what your next movement's going to be. So that really makes the automatic dials worthwhile on this specific tabletop simulator of X-Wing miniatures. So right here I'm the teal color, and I'm just going to zoom in, and I'm going to click right here, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and go to this little gingerbread man who represents objects. I'm going to go to my chest, it's going to appear on the right, I'm going to go to Save Objects. Now here, you can see I have my Save Prototype Pilot, and I also have a couple other saved lists, because I do play on Tabletop Simulator with other people in mind. And let me tell you, these automatic dials are great. So all you're going to do is you're just going to click that, and as you see, all your ships will spawn. Now it's going to be a little messy because they like to spawn in the middle of the map. I would suggest that each player spawns separately so you can both get your ships out of the way. So what we're going to do here is, I'm not going to set this all up for a match, but I'm just going to drag a dial. So here are my A-Wing dials, here's my Arc 170 dials, and here are my attack ship dials. I'm actually going to set up my A-Wing. So I'm going to bring them over here into the transparent area. I'm going to set them down nice and gentle, and I'm going to press layout. There we go. And then I'm going to drag those over here, and you can actually change your view so you don't knock those off the map. So straight above, there we go. And just to show you that you can't see it unless you're on that team, I'm going to change teams. As you see, I can't see those dials anymore, so I'm going to change my team back, but now I can. So the next step is I'm going to grab an A-Wing. Now this is important because you want to make sure you set this up to the specific ship you want to use. So I want to use this for a specific A-Wing, right? I'm going to right click this A-Wing, and I'm going to go in here into the description again. I'm going to type in SD, and I'm going to click out. Now, you see those little crosshairs on the top corners and the bottom corners of this somewhat invisible box for the A-Wing? You want to line those up to have all the dials encompassed inside of the corners. So as you see, that's all encompassed, and all you're going to do is press remove afterwards. Okay, that's it. Next step, I'm going to put my ship right here. Okay? And I'm going to pick something. I'm going to say this guy's going to go 5 forward, right? All you're going to do, you're going to hover over it so it's highlighted. You're going to press F. It will flip it. And then I'm going to drag it out here. If you do get Tabletop Simulator, I would suggest going through some basic commands that Tabletop Simulator gives you. F means flip, and there's some other things. But I'm teaching you what you'll need to know for the X-Wing Simulator match. So now the next step is when it's your turn to move this Skill Pilot 1 A-Wing prototype, I'm just going to flip it. You can execute an action if you have an upgrade card that allows you to do that first. Okay, or you can begin your move. So he's going to go 4 or 5. That's it. And now you get to do your action. Your actions include a focus, a stress, and an evade. You have to add target lock separately, and there is a way to actually get the target lock to stay connected to a model or figure. Else you're just going to have to remember and move it. But what this automatic dial allows you to do is forget about these things over here. Additionally, if you're doing a bank maneuver or a boost, what you can do is you can just right here. So we got boost forward, boost to the right, boost to the left. We have a bank to upper left, bank to upper right, left, down bottom left, sorry. Same thing on the other side. And right there is target lock actually. I just found target lock. There we go. So that's that. And then right there you have your radius for firing arc. You can take anything you did back, any movement you made by pressing Q. I'm going to press Q, do it again, do it again. That's it. The only thing you cannot take back when you do Q is your initial movement. So I'm going to go ahead and move. Oh, I'm just kidding. Okay, the next step of this is, now that I've showed you how the dials work, you can do that for all your ships. Unfortunately, since the dials kind of covers up such a large area, and I haven't found a way for you to be part of 2 teams yet, you're kind of limited to about 4 sets of dials, which means 4 ships is about your maximum. So unfortunately for those of you, including myself, who like to run larger or more numbers of ships like TIE swarms, it's a lot more difficult on Tabletop Simulator, and probably not reasonable until we can figure something out. Now, the next thing I want to show you is that if you look over here on either side of the table, they have these nice little buttons. So you can change the type of mat, and all it does, it adds a border. The next one is you can change the mat type, like color, or art, basically. And the next one is actually, it toggles rulers. And what this does, it shows you where you can place the asteroid safely within the boundaries and according to the rules. That's nice. And also there for setup, if you press the ruler button again, it'll show you where you can safely set up your ships so they're according to the rules. And one more time, gets rid of them. Damage cards are here. You can pull them out. You can flip them if it's a critical, or you can just put them on top of your ship card. Additionally, if you need to roll some dice, I just pull some out, highlight them, and if you press R a bunch of times, it actually rolls it for you. And there you go. Same thing for defensive dice, and here are all your tokens that you will ever need in Star Wars X-Wings. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, thank you to the man who wrote this original tutorial and the XwingTMG subreddit. Thank you very much. And the rest of the subreddit thanks you as well. Thank you, and please enjoy this video. Goodbye.